Good afternoon. Glad you all could come. This morning, shortly before 9:30 a.m., a trooper responded to investigate a citizen report of a suspicious person sitting in a vehicle on Klaus Road, north of Mansfield in Wright County. Upon arriving, the trooper found the license plates were registered to a different model of vehicle. The male occupant gave the trooper a fictitious name, and when asked to step out of the vehicle, the person refused and became uncooperative. Another trooper and a Mansfield City police officer arrived to assist, and the man produced a handgun, opening fire on the officers. In the exchange of gunfire, a trooper was struck twice. He is Trooper Robert D. Cruz, age 49. He is assigned to Troop G and is a 15-year veteran of the Highway Patrol. He was treated at a Springfield hospital and released. The suspect's identity is unknown, and he is being treated at a Springfield hospital for multiple gunshot wounds. I'd be happy to take anybody's question.
Do we have any idea of the condition of the suspect?
The question was, do we have any idea of the condition of the suspect? Right now, the last word I had, he was in surgery, and his injuries are critical.
You said multiple times. Do we know exactly how many?
I don't have that. That will come out in the investigation. I don't have any idea.
Where was the trooper shot?
The trooper was shot in the side and also in the side of the head. The shot to his side did not penetrate his bulletproof vest. The shot to his head was a grazing wound, made a hole through his hat, touched the side of his head, so it was superficial. Thank goodness.
Do we know what kind of gun was used?
It was a handgun. No caliber known at this time. That's part will come out in the investigation.
Has it been determined what the suspect was doing?
We responded there because of a citizen called him as a suspicious person. At this stage, we don't know what he was doing there or who he is, so we're working to try to determine what was going on there.
What will his charges be if he survives?
You know, the court will actually charge the person. We can suggest charges, and I would assume they would be assault on first degree law enforcement officer, resisting arrest, and armed criminal action, depending on if he has other charges.
Can you say he shot at two troopers?
Two troopers and a Mansfield City police officer who respond there to assist the trooper. That's correct.
Is it common for city police to assist troopers?
In this part of the country, it is. We live in a very rural area, and if there's something going on, any police officer who is overhearing that traffic on the radio will usually respond. That is not uncommon at all. A lot of the city police departments here have county commissions with the sheriff's office, and they will respond to those types of things, especially when it's serious.
How important is that relationship, as we see today, actually?
Well, yeah, and this is a prime example of that. You know, it could have turned out worse if there hadn't been several officers there. So, you know, in the area of Troop G, which is a 9-county area, there's a lot of open country here. Like I said, it's a very rural area, and we rely on assistance from other departments as well as they rely on us too. So it's a mutual working relationship, and it works out good for everybody involved.
And I understand the trooper was talking at the hospital. Do you know anything he was saying, or what his reaction is, or anything?
You know, I don't. I wasn't at the hospital, and you know, we're just thankful that he's okay.
What hospital?
Springfield Hospital. We usually don't release the names of the hospitals.
Could you spell his last name for us?
Yes, it is Crewse. His first name is Robert, middle initial D, and we call him Rob.
Did all three officers return fire?
I'm not sure who fired back. I'm not sure who fired the shots.
What was the license plate on the car? What state, I'm saying?
It was a Missouri tag. Yes,
Missouri tag.
that was registered to a different model of vehicle.
Has that car been impounded?
I'm sure it has been. I don't have any direct knowledge of that, but as part of the investigation, I'm sure it has been.
How long will the investigation take?
Depending on the circumstances, it could take quite a while. Our Division of Drug and Crime Control is conducting that investigation. It's ongoing, and it would be hard to say.
Was the car actually on Klaus Road, or was it like in a driveway of a residence, or do we know what that car was?
I believe the car was sitting on Klaus Road.
Can you spell the name of that road, please?
Clouse, I believe.
This isn't the first, or when was the last shooting in Troop G?
The last officer-involved shooting.
Yes.
I can't tell you when the last one has been. It's uncommon occurrence. I mean, we don't have a lot of them. Every few years, I would say. I can't tell you exactly when it was.
When was the last time a trooper in this department in G was injured in a shooting?
Injured in a shooting? That would have been Sergeant Dwayne Graham in Carter County in 2005.
How long until Cruz is back on duty?
Well, there's some administrative stuff that anybody involved in a critical incident, regardless of if it's a shooting or some type of incident that happens, there's some procedural stuff that we have to do, and he could be off work for some time. Of course, he's on administrative leave due to the shooting.
You mentioned he's been with the department for the troop for 15 years. Has he always been in Troop G?
I believe he started in Troop A, actually.
How long has he been in Troop G?
I'm not for sure. Several years.
How long had he been in Wright County compared to Ava? Do you know that?
I'm not sure how long he's been here.
I know you said you don't have the suspect's identity at this time. Do you have any information as far as ethnicity, age, and like that?
He's a white male, and I'm not sure about the other stuff, but we are working to identify him through fingerprints. Like I said, he refused to, he gave a fictitious name to the trooper at the beginning of this. So we're working to do that, and that will come out as part of the investigation. And as soon as it does, we'll make that known to the public.
Were the two other law enforcement officers there immediately when the shooting started?
They were there when the shooting started. I believe it started shortly after they arrived.
Generally, what's the policy with Troop B? I know other jurisdictions, officers involved shooting, that starts maybe multiple independent investigations. Do you all sort of do it the same way, or how does that?
No, well, as in any investigation, I mean, we let the facts take you to where you're headed. It's hard telling what could come out of it. We don't know where he's from. We don't know who he is, number one. And that's unusual for someone just to start shooting at the police. And none of the law enforcement officers there recognize the person, so we don't anticipate he's local.
The officers have any idea whether or not he was on a controlled substance or intoxicated?
Have no idea. And that will be part of the investigation.
Had he left the car when he started shooting, or was he still in the car?
I believe the shooting started while he was still seated in the car.
Will a photo of Kraus be available, or Cruz be available?
Yes, it will be. I'll get that to you as soon as we get our paper press release put out, which that should be coming here in the next few minutes. We can also supply you with a photograph. All right. Thank you all very much for coming.
Thank you.
If you have any more questions, let me know. Like I said, we should have a hard press release here before long. Matter of fact, they were supposed to email it to me. I'll check my email, and if that's the case, we'll print you a copy here and give it to you. All right? Thank you.